Hi, my name is Joseph Alai. Welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about who you truly, really are. And what does that mean? Who you truly are, who you really are. And what implications does that have on reality? And knowing who you are, how does it affect manifesting? So the reason I bring this up is because it's kind of been coming up a lot lately where I'm getting a lot of questions or I'm talking to a lot of people. Obviously, that's what I do. I talk to people about manifesting, and it just seems the questions always revolve around the same core issue. And if this one issue is understood, then all of manifesting snaps into place and everything becomes and remains simple. You'll get everything that you want. This one single thing, and it's who you truly are. So anyway, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. It does something to the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, which will allow people who would not normally be able to see this video. It's working. So there's that. And then please hit the subscribe button if you want more information on predictable, systematic manifesting, no more hope manifesting, how to get whatever you want in a laser-focused, targeted way. So definitely do that. Hit that bell icon. And so let's just jump right into it. So when I say in my channel that you are God, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it that's interesting, or that's cool, or that's a coincidence because of where I'm quoting it from, which is scripture, or that really is just it doesn't matter. It's just someone who figured out a pattern 2,000 years ago. They figured out the science behind it and they just explained it in their own way. Or do you believe, or do you think, wow, I am God. I am actually the God of Scripture, right? And that's an important distinction. When I first was told that I am God, I mean, there was a lot building up to it. I had made some connections in the past before I had ever found anything saying that I was God. But when I finally figured it out, I just thought that perhaps I was maybe something like God or some manifestation of God. And even to the extent to which when I figured out how to manifest, which was through the Bible in the first place, that was the very first place I learned how to do it. After I had stopped learning the Bible, when I had found other teachings like law of attraction, I thought that the Bible was essentially some type of coincidental, that these men from thousands of years ago had just simply figured out a system, just like we have today with law of attraction and The Secret. And it's not actually any God, it's just some type of, force, some force of nature that is drawing into me what I feel. Now, here's the thing though. And so that's where I was for years and years and years. But the problem was that none of that is true, that it's not actually just a set of laws, that it actually is a God of Scripture, an actual entity called awareness. Not even an entity. All there is called awareness, which is where all we live, and that is the God of Scripture, and it's actually talking about us. So how do I conclude this, and why does it even matter? Well, it matters because when I say I am actually calling the God of Scripture. And what does that mean? When we call the name of the God of Scripture, and whatever we say after it will manifest into reality. And so if we don't actually believe that we are the God of Scripture, then it is very difficult to believe the rest, that this whole vast world is our experience, our creation. There's a lot of other implications with not believing. The idea is that our awareness is creative in every single facet of our being. It's not one part of our awareness is creative and another is not. It's not sending out a vibrational beam to attract something inward. That's not it. All of that is a side effect of imagining, of awareness, but none of that is actually the cause of awareness. So if we don't believe that we are the God of Scripture, then there is always some causation outside of ourselves that is responsible for the phenomenon of life. But you can disprove this quite simply. Now, here's the thing. The reason I finally was able to believe in the God of Scripture when I started getting visions. When I started getting dreams, biblical dreams that I had never read before. When I started getting revelation in the terms of a voice, a still small voice, right? There is no beam or electrical vibration or any type of vibration that has the capacity of that infinite intelligence to precisely dictate to the extent to which I have perceived manifesting to work. So what I am calling you to do is to open your mind to the idea that you may be the God of Scripture. Now, if not, there will always be some causation outside of yourself. It will always be vibration. That's the new big one, right? So when Neville Goddard talks about manifesting, and he talks about the pearl of great price, that's the epic teaching on this. And he talks about all these different things that man himself put his faith and trust in, that was outside of himself, that he thought was the cause of the phenomenon of life, like astrology, tarot cards, tea leaves, pendulums. Vibration fits within that category. Why? Why does it? Because the cause of the phenomenon of life is God. And so therefore anything that exists within awareness is a side effect of awareness. So I'll explain that in a different way. Awareness is the true cause of this world, and we are a finite impression or focal point of awareness. And so with that said, that is the phenomenon of life. So everything that we can see and perceive, that is within awareness. We are in awareness. My room is in awareness. You're in awareness. But we all have an activity of awareness, and that's our self. Anything within awareness, that means psychology, science, statistics, probability, anything at all that exists is a side effect of awareness and therefore is not the cause of manifestation itself. So what does that mean? That means that you have to depend on no one. You don't have to feel specifically anything. You don't have to build your vibration up. You don't have to be in a good mood. All of these are a side effect of awareness. If we can shut off our finite mind, and we can imagine the end result as we want to experience the end result. Now, think of what we're doing there, right? That's talking about essentially completely minimizing or reducing the external world. That even includes our physical self. And in our mind, we are going into our awareness, and we are bringing forth an imaginal scene in its true reality. And that is being handed off to awareness, which is where all of this exists within. And as soon as we do that, it is accepted and then eventually will be refracted outward in this awareness. We never have to worry about any type of vibration, any type of astrology, tarot cards, pendulums, psychics. Any of these things are not the cause of the phenomenon of life. In fact, but there is always some truth to these things because the power that we give it. However, we can, and I have proven this, and I have helped many people who have suffered from believing and putting all their trust in astrology, psychics, tarot cards, all these things. I have taught many people how to supersede or superimpose upon these things to prove that they are not the ultimate cause of the phenomenon of what is going to happen. Because as long as we say, no, my vibration didn't get it. Oh, no, my mood didn't get it. No, the stars didn't line up. No, the psychic said something else. That is self-justification, and self-justification is the voice of hell. So when we imagine what we want, that supersedes, superimposes, there is nothing that can stop us from getting what we want. If we put our faith and trust in anything else, if we do not believe that we are the God of Scripture, it becomes very easy to fall into the trap of putting your faith and hope in something else. So prove to yourself, look at your, read anything it says about vibration and mood, right? About what is necessary for you to manifest. And prove it wrong. Simply prove it wrong. When you are in a desperate spot, when you feel like your vibration is low, imagine what you want. You'll still get it. There's nothing that can stop you. If you're having a hard time feeling what you want, then just visualize it, or just hear the noise, hear the conversation. Prove this false. All these concepts that are external to man, anything that has to do with our awareness being dependent on anything else. Again, astrology, vibration, tarot cards, psychics, pendulums, angel readings, angel numbers, all this stuff, none of our outcomes are 0% dependent upon these things unless we believe that they are. Then they will become that way. We will be giving away our power. But if we prove that we are the operant power, our awareness, and nothing external will have any way on the outcome, you will watch how you are given back all your power. When I made the conscious decision to believe that nothing could affect me, that is when nothing could affect me. But as long as I believed that it could, then it would. And even to the point to which psychics, tarot cards, they are all simply reading me. So drawing a card or looking at this astrology reading, even though it's coming from me pushed out because everything is rooted in me, and then putting my faith in it, all of a sudden I say, oh, that's not looking good. Well, I'm screwed then. If it doesn't work, then it's because of the card. It's because of the stars. It's because of my vibration. So put that stuff away. Test it. Test yourself. Vibration means nothing. Prove it to yourself, though. Don't take my word for it. Never take anyone's word for it, ever. If you're taking someone's word for it, then you're putting your trust in someone. You're putting your life in someone else's dogma or whatever. And if someone tells you just take their word for it, run for the hills, man. Run for the hills. So put this to the test. Do some segmented tests. Draw some readings, and then manifest the opposite of what it's going to say. Look at your chart for this month or next month and then manifest the opposite of that. If you do not believe that you are God, then you are not going to believe that you are the cause of the phenomenon of life, and you will put your faith in everyone else's hands or everything's hands. You will continue to entertain negative things in your mind and to entertain negative friendships. Fill your mind with negative stuff, because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You're used to it, right? This is what I used to do. But now, knowing that now you may have psychic, mystical experiences. You may have the promise, which is what I had, the explosion, Matthew 24:27. You may experience many more verses of scripture before you've ever experienced it. And then that will help prove to you what you and who you truly are. But before that happens to you, or if it has not happened to you, put it to the test and prove that there is nothing that can get in your way at all. Just imagine what you want. Everything is possible. Put away all the possibilities of anything else. Take the responsibility in your own heart, your own awareness, and just imagine the end and feel the thrill. Touch it, feel it, taste it. Whatever it takes for you to experience the end, do it. By the way, I've got a revision workshop coming up on this Friday and Sunday, actually, the 1st and the 3rd PST. So that means that essentially hit that up. That is going to be the single most important, valuable workshop that I ever do. It's at vip.josephalley.com. I'll put the promo code in the description below, but absolutely check that out. Revision in and of itself is a thing that changed my life more than anything else. So put it to the test. So anyway, thank you for watching. By the way, if you have not submitted your 30-second testimonial video, do that as well. I'll put the information below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. You are God.